Joining us in Studio B now, Jonny Linehan, junior fly half on the #1 ranked BYU rugby team and a dual sport athlete in training? Question mark?
And he's wearing a BYU soccer sweatshirt.
Just to make the mystery.
Yeah, what is your purpose, Jonny?
Well, I have rugby tracks on, soccer jumper on, and a football T-shirt on, just to kind of, I don't know,
Represent.
go with the theme of Sports Nation.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful.
Kelly Papinga joined us on Saturday. He's the special teams coach for BYU football. And I'll sum up what he said on Saturday, that BYU fans are going to be excited about who the punter could possibly be and that they will know him. Well, I got us thinking, well, we know of a great kicker, a guy who has special talent on the rugby team. His name is Jonny Linehan, and that BYU needs a punter. So let's just ask you the question. How different is it to kick a rugby ball compared to, say, a football, Jonny?
Well, honestly, when people ask me that, kicking is just kicking. But at the same time, I think a football requires a little bit more accuracy because it's a bit narrower and it has a smaller sweet spot. So I find kicking the same, but I'm a little bit more accurate with a rugby ball. But that's just because I've practiced more. But I'm not too shabby kicking a football either.
So you've kicked a football. Punting specifically?
Yeah, I've kicked a football, thrown a football, caught a football.
Like normal people here in the United States.
How far can you punt a football?
With the wind, it's a little bit better.
Okay.
No, I think my biggest punt, when I really get onto it, it can go probably, I think the biggest one I've hit would be about 70 yards on the fly with I don't know how the line of scrimmage works, so I think about 85 yards, and then it lands. But then I try and get a good bounce as well, but
So
that doesn't
70
happen every
yards
time.
from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but that's on a good kick and doesn't happen all the time.
That's
so.
maxing out.
Yeah.
What's your average-ish?
My average, I could hit 50 pretty consistently, and but it depends because the football's kicking's a bit different. Do I want hide and hang time? Do I want to roll out and kick like rugby? So it kind of would be more specific to the situation if I was to be put in a situation where I would have to do
Look
that.
at you. Yeah. Yeah. Do you roll out, and is your regular thing a rugby style kick, or can you do a traditional couple of steps straight on?
I can do both when I've practiced, but I prefer rolling out because it makes it more fun. Because when you're just mucking around with friends, you can take off and fake a punt. So that's definitely an option when we're playing in the playground to do a fake punt.
Well, you're an athlete, obviously. Again, you play for the #1 ranked rugby team. You're a fly half. You can move. You can juke. And so how much football have you played? And, besides if you were to punt, what kind of a skill set would you bring to a football field?
I'm an intramural champion.
That's a big deal on this desk, man. In what sport? Football?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So, I was part of the coaching team. No, I love messing around with football. Whenever we go out with some friends and take a football or rugby ball. I mean, I love rugby, but football is so exciting to me because I didn't grow up with it and didn't play it. So it's a new sport, so it's really exciting. So I always throw around a football, try and get my friends to run routes. Actually, when I went away with the All-American rugby team, they all love football as well, but they love rugby. So after practice, they'd be like, "Yeah, Jonny Rugby, give me a route." So I'd run like a receiver. So I really love everything about football and sports in general. So it's kind of a blessing. I get a lot of opportunities.
Now, remind me, were you on the football team for a while?
So over fall camp of 2013, my freshman year, I was. That was more of a technicality than more of a talent thing because they had a lot of injuries with defensive backs. And I went to the strength and conditioning coach, Justin McLaren, and was like, "Hey, I can play. Like, give me a chance." And so I got signed off for a couple of weeks with the fall camp team. But due to some scholarship issues, I had to stop that because I was only going to be a walk-on and I would have been ineligible due to the NCAA. So
related to being from New Zealand and that.
Yeah, well,
something in there.
So because rugby has really helped me with helping me get sponsors to get me here and help pay for my schooling, and so that kind of is ineligible because it's seen as a booster because it's not a school sport.
So you can't do both. You would have to just do rugby or be on scholarship for football or something?
Yeah, so that's why Paul could do both because he got offered that scholarship. So that's why it wasn't really an option the first year because I was only going to be a walk-on and I'd have to pay back the money I'd received. But otherwise I would have stuck with it because it would have been fun. Even if I would have never played, it was still fun out there to go and cover Mitch match. And
Oh, nice.
Exactly.
You are dialed in.
yeah.
Is he an elite receiver, Johnny?
You know, like, I kind of want to even out the playing field a little bit here because I know Jarom's getting smashed. I think Mitch definitely has potential to be elite.
Okay.
And he has made some elite plays, but to be labeled an elite receiver, I think we still have to see what he can do this season.
Look at
My
this.
man. Dude,
This.
I can always go to rugby and they have my back. It's
Yeah.
been that way since 09.
I know how it is. The heck, man. I'm the guy on the outside.
Just remember, I've got like the haka coming your way. If you challenge, my opinion, I got all these guys coming over and they're going to do that.
I would love to see you do the haka with your top buttoned up.
I seriously I'm not doing it with. I seriously had this conversation with a former BYU rugby player. I said, if I ever get in a street fight, I'm calling you first. Mikey Sua, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good guy to call.
I'm not getting in any street fights.
He's a
anytime
good
soon.
guy to call. What are you getting more recognition for right now? Maybe being the punter on the BYU football team or playing on the rugby team for real?
Yeah, that's really the cool thing is it's kind of mix and match. People that like football are now kind of interested in me, so I can go, hey, come and watch rugby then if you want to see the possibility of me playing football. So I get a lot of recognition as well with the BYU rugby team just this time of year. Now it's the Varsity Cup playoffs and business end of the season. But I didn't think people would really care this much about the guy that comes on when it's a bad time for him to come on because we haven't converted with the offense. So I'm getting quite a lot of recognition. So hopefully, I can live up to that hype if it's me. But really, it's on my shoulders. If I practice over the summer enough, then maybe it could happen, maybe not.
Okay, yeah, we've tap danced around it, but I think you went at it. So the possibility or I guess, how would you answer the question, are you going to be punting in the fall for BYU?
So obviously, I cannot confirm or deny.
Or the tweet Saturday.
Yeah, like the tweet. I'll stick with my tweet. No, I think that's just because nothing is official yet. So I've been on the radar with, I guess, kicking ever since that fall camp because I would go out to practice and Coach Mendenhall before a scrimmage would be, hey, come and have a punt, come and kick field goals. And I was pretty bad at it because I'd never done it before. But I kind of practiced and made myself an option. And if I get the opportunity, I'll definitely do it. But I can't say anything right now because it's not official. But
Okay.
I'll be working, my tail off over the summer. And if I'm good enough, then we might be good to go ahead.
So unofficially, yes.
Contact Lee Johnson if you haven't already. I'm just going to throw
Do you
that
know
out
who
there.
this guy is?
I do. He's the man.
I'm just going
going
to throw that out there.
Yeah,
Thunderfoot.
he's incredible. Yeah.
We can confirm that BYU will play UCLA in the Varsity Cup Quarterfinals on the road. When you look at the Bruins and what they bring on the rugby pitch, what's the game plan to take down UCLA?
Yeah, UCLA are a great team. I mean, we've had a few upsets with the Varsity Cup already. Like Arkansas State lost, and I thought they were going to be definitely at least a semifinal contender. So it's really cool that rugby is getting a lot more competitive. So last time I played UCLA was in 2013, and we beat them after a slow first half. We beat them quite well, but they just lost to Cal by 6 points a few weeks ago, and so they have a great team. So kind of our game plan is to just go up and be really physical with them and just be patient and just play our game plan, and we should come away with the victory if we do that, but anything can happen.
And that's Saturday, and then the winner of that plays the winner of who? The next week?
Yeah, so if we win that game, we'll either play Central Washington or Utah in the semifinal.
Who do you want to play?
Here.
Who do you want to play?
Is that even a question?
Yeah. Personally, it'd be nice to play Utah again, but honestly, I think Central Washington, they're a great team, so that would probably give us the most preparation if we were to make the final, which would be to play Central Washington.
It's a very political answer.
And then the Varsity Cup final is at Rio Tinto and Sandy again, so the local fans can enjoy that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So.
The mystery continues.
It didn't feel like much of a mystery after that interview.
Well,
What?
it still is not confirmed or denied.
That's true. That's true. Let's just work it out, and then we can have an elite punter.